Hi, this is Alken. Welcome back to my channel. Well, we got some breaking news um, from the DC courts. Apparently, Judge Chutkan's order denying presidential immunity in Trump J6 case officially vacated at the Scout ruling. Untwisted. It said further order that the petitioner, Donald J. Trump, recovered from the United States $3,232.80 for costs relating to this denial. This is from American News. I don't know if it's Republican or Democrat, but let's go and see what happened. Said the January 6th case against the 2024 Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has officially been sent back down to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia's circuit for further processing, coming after the Supreme Court ruling in early July that presidents have immunity for official acts. And I don't know why they wrote it the way they did. On consideration, whatever, it is ordered and adjusted by this court that the judgment of the above court is vacated with costs and the case is remanded to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit for further processing, considering with the option of this court. A document from the Supreme Court obtained by a journalist, Julie Kelly, stated. Says further order that the petitioner, Donald J. Trump, will recover $3,232.80 for the course involving with this situation. So the Supreme Court, as you know, back on July 1st, ruled 6-3 that the former president does not have. The former president does have absolute immunity for its core constitutional powers, though not for unofficial acts. What was happening on January 6th, what they were telling people and all that stuff, it's in the White House. See, they consider that part of his duties. Sorry. The opinion read that the lower court will have to determine whether a prosecution involving Trump's attempts to influence the vice president overseeing the certified processing of capability as president of the Senate will pose any dangers of any kind of authority and the function of the executive branch. Trying to force the vice president to turn back the election. I don't know if that really happened or not, but this is what it says. The opinion stated the president enjoys no immunity for his unofficial acts, and not everything the president does is official. The president is not above the law, but Congress may not criminalize the president's conduct in carrying out the responsibility of the executive branch under the Constitution and the system of separate powers designed by the framers has always demanded an energetic, independent executive. The president, therefore, may not be prosecuted for exercising his core constitutional powers, and he's entitled, at the minimum, to presumptive immunity from prosecution for all his official acts. That immunity applies equally to all occupants of the White House or the Oval Office, regardless of politics, policies, or parties. So, in other words, you can't go after Franklin Delano Roosevelt and the Japanese Americans in World War II. You can't go after Obama for the drone strikes. You can't go after Biden for anything he's done wrong, and that means Trump can't go after him either. You can't go after Ford for pardoning Nixon, and so on and so on and so on. So everybody gets the immunity, not just Trump. This comments the Mar-a-Lago document case, also heard by Special Counsel Jack Smith, has initially been paused pending the consideration of the immunity decision. However, 2 weeks after the Supreme Court decision, the case was thrown out by Judge Eileen Cannon, who stated in an order that Jack Smith's appointment as special counsel violated the Constitution. The Georgia election case against Trump has also been placed on hold, with the Georgia Court of Appeals set to hear arguments on December 5th as to why Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis should be removed from the case after the lower court ruled that she could stay on the case. This is a breaking news story. We have to see what happens there. But the old fairness of Judge Cannon, I guess she got. I don't blame her for dropping the case because, you know, some of these folks were sending so ridiculous amount of complaints that her bosses had enough, and they told the law clerk not to accept any more complaints unless they're actually legitimate. Right now they have tons and tons of fake complaints about Judge Cannon. So I just didn't blame her for deciding, you know what, that's it. Case dismissed. Jack Smith, you're not legitimate. Get out. Bye. And by the way, we didn't like the way you handled the Bob Melendez case. Another prosecutor had to do it for you and succeeded in convicting Bob Melendez. Jack Smith couldn't convict a ham sandwich if his life depended on it. And believe me, you only had one case that he actually did succeed. It was against a governor, and I forgot from what state. Trump pardoned him in the end, but still, that was the only case that Jack Smith did that succeeded. Everything else was a flop. Too many errors, too much charges, too much nonsense, too much drama. Boom. And I didn't even know that Trump was going to get a refund out of this. Whew. Well, maybe he could put in his campaign contribution now. Or he could deny it to the vice president. Whatever. I'm sorry, Kamala, but as somebody says, you're quieter than an EV. Of course, just like the batteries on an EV, when you explode, watch out. So this is I Can't Say so long for now, and don't forget to stop. And hopefully if we get more detail, we'll let you know, but that's it. Don't forget to stop.